Hello Reefing fam, before we start today's video on Fragbox TV, I'm going to be in London, England, September 7th at Advanced Aquarium. Oh, right here, Advanced Aquarium Consultancy. This is it. Google this store. I will be there if you live in the UK, if you want to come out and meet me. September 7th, I believe it's a Thursday, go here. There's a really funny bald fella named Paul, and I will meet you there at the store in London, September 7th. I think I've said it 5 times now. Enjoy the video. Everybody hurts. What's going on? Reefing fam, March and Alejandro, Mr. Amazing. We're here in the Fragbox TV. We're gonna undo a new box of corals that we got. Check out the timing. Not too bad. Only 11 p.m. And we have a leak. Let's see which bag she's leaking. Puta madre. We found the one that is missing all the water. What is it? It's a pony. Oh, son of a businessman. Very good, though. That is a lobophilia, and I'm not surprised if that's the one that's gonna pop the bag. Yeah, Lobo. Actually, hello. First of all, if you're new to the channel, welcome. What am I doing right now? It's late here at night. We're in Toronto. This is a store that specializes in saltwater aquariums. I'm under the weather, so my voice sounds stupid, and we're unboxing corals that we just got in from Indonesia. So there's 150 new ones here, and we're gonna cut them open. I'm gonna give you my 2 cents, and then he's gonna give you his 2 cents, and then at the end of that, we're gonna have 4 cents. Okay, let's see how they're looking so far. We have some Blastomusa. If you saw the video we did the other day, I actually did a video showing you how we ordered these corals from photos online. So these are those corals from that shipment. The Blastos, they are looking really good so far. I know they kind of look, okay, let me go back. The Blastos look like shit right now, but based on experience and bringing them in the past, I'm not seeing any tissue falling off, and the water's nice and clear, so they look good in terms of shipping. They wouldn't look good, don't buy Blastos that look like this in a store. Very, very bad, but for just coming in from the other side of the world, very, very good. This is the that one coral, the pearly coral that kind of stumped everyone. If you saw in the video, we weren't sure what it was. It was kind of like a bubble coral meets a fox coral meets an elegance coral. It's the first time I've ordered one. It's a lot bigger than I thought, but it looks super healthy. What'd you find? Coral. Acan enchilada. Don't eat it. In the other video you guys saw, Tia was telling us how to prepare corals. Please, I beg you, do not eat the corals. Have you ever heard of anyone eating corals? No, just don't eat them. Don't listen to her. She's right 99 out of 100 times. Torch coral's looking really good so far as well. Check out this one. Wow, this guy's, you're a little bit too chunky for that torch, Mr. Clownfish. Found the second bag that's leaking. Check it out. Almost no water in it. What is it? Torch. Torch. Oh, but how does it look?
It looks good.
It looks really good.
Yeah, it smells clean. It's okay.
Looks wonderful, actually.
Survived.
Yeah, for shipping without water.
Yeah.
Looks great. Where are we gonna stick it? Number 69, the best number. 58. 58. Can I get 58? 58 going once. Sold. Actually, speaking about sold, Mr. Alejandro here used to sell these little things called corals. Right?
Right.
Right. Yeah. Maybe if you were in Toronto, how long ago? 10 years?
7 years.
7. Frag Cave. Why Frag Cave?
No.
What do you mean you don't know? How high were you when you came up with that name? Story behind Frag Cave? I don't know. It's a good name. It's a, I thought it was because you were in the basement.
Yeah, in the basement, so it was.
And it kind of felt like a cave.
That's right.
Instead of a man cave, it was a frag cave.
That's right.
That's bullshit. That's not right. That's what I should.
Real reason, no, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're welcome. Nice. This guy actually got me into, that's a nice plasto, into Zoas. So the first really expensive Zoa that I ever bought was from Alejandro. And it was a candy apple. You remember?
Yeah.
Candy apple red. Yeah. Must have been more than 10 years ago. Yep. Maybe 12-ish. Long time ago. And he was charging $30 a polyp. And I thought, this motherfucker's on drugs. Who the hell's gonna pay? I used to make fun of people that would pay per polyp. Like, I thought it was the stupidest money grab thing, because like back in the day, how much was the colony of Zoas? A whole rock if you go in a store.
30 bucks?
30 bucks, yeah. 30 to 40 bucks, that's it. It didn't, there were no names. It was, wow. Oh, say it. What is it?
Amazing.
Amazing. AMA 7 S's ING. That is, you gotta make sure you put it. There's no Z's when you say amazing. Beautiful acanthophila. So we didn't have really names for zoanthids. We just had zoas.
Zoas and pallies.
You would tell someone, yeah, zoas and pallies, big ones and small ones. You want a red one? I'll trade you a red one for a green one. You want a blue one? That's it. We didn't. Torch didn't have names. Hammer didn't have names. Acro, just the beginning. But you walk into a store and that was the price of a colony was 30 bucks. Canadian. Okay, just to give you a reference, what that is in, let's ask, hey Google! Google's on break right now. Let's ask this computer. 30 CAD to USD. So 30 Canadian, 22 bucks US, or 30 CAD to Great British pounds or pound sterling, $17.55 or pence. That's 17 bucks. I'm talking a fucking colony. Not 2 heads, not 5 heads, not 20 heads. Hundreds of heads. So this very long story is going to come to a close. I'm trying to get there, but at the same time, my ADHD and my sidetracks are kicking in. And we're unboxing the corals. Oh, those are nice. Blastomusa. Give me the coral, sir. Yeah, that works. Blastomusa merletti is what he just handed me. So this is the kind of small mini blastos. And then we have our regular big fat one. So what I was trying to say with this story before I got distracted was this asshole's charging 30 bucks for one polyp when you could go out and buy 200. But they were candy apple red. That was like, I'd never seen a more beautiful piece. So up until that point, I used to make fun of people for buying that. And I thought they were extremely wealthy or on very good drugs.
And you kept coming for me.
And then you hooked me, mother lover. That was it. After that one, I would come down every day and check on my little candy apple and feed it like a little crackhead that I was. And I became completely obsessed with collecting them. And I had to have every single zoa. From the video, you may have seen the mixed softy rocks that we ordered that Tia was kind of shitting on. Look how nice they are.
Huge.
Beautiful. They've done all the work for you. Wow. Huge, yeah. Let's stick it number 99. So I became really obsessed with the zoas. That's what started the addiction. That's what she said. How did you start in the hobby?
I don't know, freshwater, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Cichlids.
Freshwater. I didn't know you were lame. I'm just kidding. Freshwater is great if you have freshwater out there. I didn't know that. Cichlids? Really?
Yeah, cichlids and, you know, community fish.
And then how did you make the transition to salt?
I went to a store and then I saw all the fish from, you know, salt water and that's it.
And game over.
Wow.
Yeah, and then...
Amazing.
Amazing. And once you go salt, it's game over.
Yeah,
I don't ever see anyone start a saltwater tank. Very nice humus here. And then I don't see anyone go from fresh to salt and then back to fresh.
Never.
The transition is fresh to salt. No one goes salt to fresh, and no one goes fresh, salt, fresh. Or maybe you have. And if you have, you can comment below and tell me what's wrong with you. I'm just kidding. Nothing wrong with you. But yeah, if you've done that transition, I'm sure it happens. I'm just kidding, but it's a very unusual one. This is a really nice Lobo. Yeah, I ordered that. Yeah, I should have ordered that. This guy, just telling Alejandro why I ordered with this supplier. Very organized. You know, communication is really good. There's no language barrier.
Very clean corals.
Very clean corals. The water's super clean. The shipping is very professional. He knows how to ship them. He knows what we like. The pricing is not the best. He's not the cheapest, but it is some of the healthiest. So I don't want the cheapest. I'm not in this to get the cheapest corals. I want the healthiest and most colorful. Money, not as important. Obviously important, but not at the top of the chart when we're ordering corals. Definitely health and color, variety, also very important, and service. The service is really, really good. What you see is what you get is extremely accurate. What we order shows up, and that is definitely not the case for a lot of suppliers out there. You order A and you get B. Even sometimes that's a beautiful elegance.
Elegance, yeah.
Beautiful piece.
Like pink tips. No?
It looks a little funky right now. Yeah, pink tips, but this is going to open up really nice. And even though you order what you see is what you get, in theory you should get, you know, the one that you picked out. It's not always like that on the retail side and unfortunately on the wholesale side. So it takes many years and lots of money and time and energy to figure out which suppliers are good and which ones are good at what. So this guy may be good, you know, let's say at supplying us with torches. It's not necessarily true for zoanthid. So over the years and over time, we figure out who's best for what and which ones to support and stay with. And that was really cool. If you saw some of the videos when I actually went over to Indonesia earlier this year, there's a whole series called Fragbox Asia. You can see that it was our first season, and we were over there in Asia and meeting them for the first time, picking the corals, snorkeling, getting in the water, getting more connected with where they come from.
What is this?
That is also, I think, a Blastomusa merletti. So it's like kind of like pipe organ meets a little bit like trumpet as well. Just for an example here, these are some acans we just got in from Australia from another supplier we tried for the first time, and not very good. So I would never order again with this supplier just because the photos were highly inaccurate. I didn't order any that looked like this. These ended up costing $225 US without all the other fees. So this little bunch of corals here cost $4,400 just for reference. I'm gonna be lucky to make, I'm gonna try to break even on these by fragging them. So these ones, like this piece, freaking spectacular. This is what I thought I was getting. I ordered 40 of them. I got that one, that's really good. This one, the rest is sort of filler, not so hot. So that's what I mean by it takes time and energy and money to figure out who's really the best out there. So people ask us all the time for our suppliers. I'm not really keen on, one, you know, I'm not trying to create competition here locally. I think that's very obvious here in Canada, so I wouldn't share suppliers for that reason. And two, it's taking a lot of time, money, and energy to figure out which ones are the best. So typically in the industry, if you would like to purchase a supplier or buy the reference or name, I've seen people charge up to 10,000 US for a good one. I've charged 5 in the past, 5,000 US, but I'm taking out basically all the risk and the legwork. There's, you know, some suppliers out there that you send money, send a wire, you don't get any fucking coral. I've heard of people getting more often with fish than with coral. But as a new store, someone that's setting up, if you don't have a cushion to fall back on, we've been doing this for a long time, $4,000 or $5,000 lost or something like that, and we're good. We're fine to do that many times over. For a new shop, you know, if you go big on an Australia order, $25,000, and it doesn't turn out the way you like, just imagine what that would feel like as a new store, as a new business, to lose 20 or 25,000, something like that, right off the bat. You know, it can put a store under, and I don't think a lot of suppliers realize that they're doing that, and they don't really care, right? You know, they have mouths to feed and they have lives over on the other side of the world, and there is a way in which I think everyone can obviously live and work and make money doing this, but it's taken quite a bit of time to figure out, like I said, which ones are the best. And that's why you see so much nice shit come through here, is because you know, the camera's only been on for about a year and a half, 2 years. We've been doing this now for 12, so lots of experience that has come from before the YouTube channel, but you guys get the pleasure of I guess seeing what that refinement has looked like. Oh, what do we have there? Oh, Australamusa. Yeah, I got this one for Tia. This is right up her alley. That's a weird coral for sure, and one that I would not want to ship. So yeah, does not ship well, stuff that size. I'm gonna give them a little bit more room. This is really the aggressive corner right here. Acan Enchilada, I expect this to be aggressive, and this, when I say aggressive, it means that they send out tentacles at night, and then they can basically sting and hurt one another. But these guys are safe together. You see how I grouped together the blastos, I grouped together the plate corals, so they'll be fine. Torches, hammers, frog spawn, I don't care what you read online, they're all fine together. And as long as the skeleton... Wait, what's your opinion? Torch and hammer touching.
Well,
Is okay, bueno, or amazing, or no bueno?
between themselves?
Yeah, like torch and hammer.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, a lot of people say they can't touch if you read online, but people say a lot of weird things online. What is this, hammer? Or plate coral? Funky. Does anyone know what this is? We found it in one of the boxes. Look, the guy's sending us some Indonesian fruit. What is this? Does anyone know? If you're watching from Indonesia, it's a little squishy. What is it, a lychee? Here, eat it.
Yeah,
Bite it. Bite it.
I'll pass.
When in doubt,
Remember, don't eat corals.
throw it out. Don't eat corals. Yeah.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. Well, that's for sure going to decrease.
That for
I
sure.
have to wait to see for these ones to open. These are pretty cool too.
These are gonna look
This
like...
one with pink.
Yeah, that's a weird
Because
color.
you get red or orange, but pink is not as usual.
Yeah, it's pretty rare for open brain. Very healthy. I'm surprised how many of them came without water.
I know.
But look great. Look at the blastos.
And none of the bags smell bad, you know, like all the water was...
Not even one. Yeah, near flawless order, I would say. Well, so far nothing dead except there was one hammer you said is questionable, right?
Here, this guy.
Or frog spawn. Oh yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it.
I doubt it.
No. We'll give him a shot. You are in our hearts, our thoughts and prayers.
En nombre del Padre, del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo, man.
Do it again.
En nombre del Padre, del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo, man.
Tú es muy loco, señor. Okay, for all our religious folks out there, and all our non-religious folks, everyone that's watching, what we're going to do now is go to bed. And then what we do is let them hang out, chill, relax, you know, get accustomed to the new water. This is their first time in Canada. These corals are all immigrants, just like Alejandro. And we'll give the immigrants a chance to relax. Will you give me the finger? And we will come back tomorrow when the lights are on, and there's a little cute blonde girl that works here by the name of Tia, and she's going to give us her solicited opinion on these corals, because it's just fun to get, you know, Dylan's reaction, and Matt. Actually, tomorrow's Friday, so we're going to get Matt, Dylan, Tia, Mike, and myself. That's 5 people in this store. If you ever wondered how many of us are here on a Friday, we really only need 2, but I'm such a nice boss and I don't cut anyone's hours even throughout the summer, so I employ just about all of them. So we will see you guys tomorrow with the magic of YouTube. Goodbye for now, and hang on because the rest of the video is coming. Okay, it's been about 24 hours. Let's take a look at how these ones are looking. Actually, everyone want to come over and give me their opinions on the new shipment? Mike, Dylan, Mateus. If you guys didn't know, Matt is short for Mateus. Is it?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I've never been called that.
Have you guys had a chance to take a look at the stuff? It's looking really good now that it's open.
Well, like I said, I like the acans.
Akans, yeah.
We haven't had nice ones in a while.
Very long time, yeah. We actually have more coming next week. Why? Because we don't always have a chance to grab nice acans. So
Indophilia, right?
yeah.
I'm really liking those recently.
I like them more than the
Cynarita?
acanthos. The Cynarias, yeah. These are looking good. Dylan's going to run these through the saw probably this afternoon. Mike has a man a few words and doesn't like any of the corals that are in the tank today.
Oh, these are nice Camarines too. Like
yeah,
with fluorescent
beautiful.
tips.
So we're very much closed yesterday. Check these out.
Even that blue one, yeah.
This, yeah, that's funky. It's like pink mouth, blue polyp. These ones yet to open, but I do expect them to
This
look...
one bleach?
I don't know. It came like that. Yeah, I would say so. Probably gonna get a little darker, but it looks cool.
Yeah, like ice blue.
Ice blue Scully. Yeah, actually I've never seen one like that now that you pointed out. These are nice size for the open brains too. Like,
yeah.
I was expecting these to be a lot bigger, and I'm kind of happy. Dylan, any of these corals on this new shipment stand out to you? Yeah, I was just talking about how nice they're. And they're
on your left side.
the Ghani on my left. Which one? This blue and pink centered one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone's eye is drawn to that.
This one Ghani Astrea?
Ghani Astrea.
Ghani Astrea, yeah.
I don't get that very often.
Nope, not at all. Some nice orange froggies. These are the corals that Tia was saying she wants to eat, or heard of someone eating, or some bullshit about fucking eating. Please, no eating corals.
Show them the pearl.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's starting to open up nice. That's a first for us. That was
never
a piece,
seen that.
Yeah, it stumped everyone. We thought maybe bubble coral, fox coral, maybe elegance. Oh, there was a really nice. Oh, there it is. That,
that's sweet.
This is the one Alejandro was pointing out last night. What a big difference 24 hours makes. Looks really, really good. That's a true showpiece there. Overall, really healthy. Let's see the one piece that we thought wasn't going to make it. Actually, I'm not seeing it. Maybe the guys already took it out of the tank.
It was all
I think it was right there, right?
Fox spawn.
Yeah. So from 150, 149 look fantastic. Only that one piece. I'm really surprised, actually, how many came without water. And you guys saw in the video last night, torch corals dry, empty bags. I would think that Euphilia is probably the most sensitive to being dry. Like if there's anything you don't want to ship dry, it's going to be those. but they look really good. These are the large kind of rocks. The team was giving me shit for ordering because they're a little busy. I think they're super cool. It's a lot going on though. So, moral of the story, don't eat mushrooms. Blastos, maybe this one might not make it.
The red one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might be able to save 1, 2, maybe 3, 4 heads from it.
Oh, that's cool. With the purple and green.
Yeah, that's funky. So, overall color, I'm really happy with. Like, you guys saw the, or maybe you didn't see the ordering video. This guy that sends these to us, he's very, I would say, honest with his photography. They're not really saturated, they're not super blue, they're just enough blue, and they look like the photos. Like, I know what to expect. I never get stuff and think, shit, you know, that was a bad buy. I see some damage here. I like to show you the good and the bad, but this is some damage, maybe, looks like old damage, huh? On a Cynaria.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like this.
Yeah. It's supposed to look like, yeah, like that. Yeah, that's definitely not good. It looks like maybe old damage. I don't really remember ordering that, but there's a lot in the order, so it's hard to keep track. And if you guys see anything in the video, it does take us time to get it up all on the site. You can always screenshot and say, hey, I'm looking at those Yumas, or you know, if you don't want the whole piece, maybe you want just one head of the Yuma. That goes for anything really in this tank. It does take us, I would say, what, Dylan, 2 weeks? 1 to 2 weeks?
1 to 2 weeks.
Get it fragged, organized. We start snapping photos one by one. I am thinking about extending our WYSIWYG section here, so the same way we stop at 100. I'm thinking about expanding that into possibly up until 200, just to have more sort of WYSIWYG on the site. When I'm saying WYSIWYG, it means what you see is what you get. More of that available. Instead of like this sort of disorganized chaos, because when we get a shipment, you know, someone walks in, if I'm not really here to price it, and they say, you know, how much is that plate coral, what would you say?
150.
What would you say for this Lobo, Mike? If I'm not here to give a price.
At last March?
Yeah. But if let's say you had a gun to your head and you had to sell it.
$500, 600. 500? Which one are we talking about?
Jeez!
I don't even know which one we're talking about.
This yellow Lobo.
Oh, the yellow?
Yeah.
Like 300?
Okay, sure. You know what? That's a great number. I want Mike to now price out all the corals anytime I'm not here. Let Mike price them, because that's good. That means early retirement for March. I think the team more or less knows what stuff sells for. I think you guys often price higher than I do, and it sells. Many times Dylan's working on photos, and he has a pretty good idea of what I want to price stuff. He'll sometimes price a little bit higher, and they do sell. So I think, what does that mean? I think it means that I'm selling stuff too cheap, that I'm not valuing it as much as it's valued. And my friend Patrick, you've seen the other videos, our wholesaler, we travel together, he's always telling me, March, you're too cheap, you're too inexpensive. And how do I figure out coral pricing? Why am I too cheap? I take the price, and I have a little formula, and I throw it in my calculator, and you got to do 2 to 3x whatever you paid for it. And from that, we're able to take a profit on the piece, pay the rent here in the store, pay for those things there, need electricity, and so do the pumps.
Pay for Dylan and Mike.
Pay for Dylan. Mike pays for himself with his crazy fucking prices. Pays with 7 staff here in the store, pay for the water. Then we have a little thing called insurance. God forbid anything happens, we pay for that. And then we pay for all of our shipping material, our packing, our logistics and shipping stuff out, which is close to like $20,000 to $30,000 a month. Whoa, what are you doing, fish? Look at this fish. It's coming out of the water. Hey, you're distracting me. That's our fox face. What else? There's crazy expenses. And then at the end of the day, I'd like to take some home, pay my mortgage, and buy the cars that I keep getting stolen. So with that funky calculator, that's how I come up with the price. And apparently it's too cheap, so maybe I should adjust my calculations and charge a little more. But we've been profitable in this business every year since inception 12 to 13 years ago. So you know what? Let's leave it alone and not screw up. Don't fix what ain't broken. Okay, I think that's it. We're gonna actually get to work today and do some funky stuff here. What are these? These are large stands for Studio 24 tanks that we're gonna set up as promos here in the store. So if you're looking for one, crazy special, crazy deal. What is that? Are those the right numbers? Look at the original. This is like a mic number. And this is the discounted price. That's for our EXT model. We just need to make room in the store. There's too much going on here, and we have too many stands and too many aquariums and too many things. So you're going to see set up, if you're here local, you'll see some specials being set up here in the shop. And you guys can take advantage. Stuff like this, ready to go, take it home. Or maybe you want a tank that's already complete and you don't want to wait and you would like to just, you know, hit the ground running with a beautiful cycled aquarium. We don't offer these too often. Actually, we never offer these. This is the first time. I don't think we're going to do it again, but when I was in Texas last year, that was one thing that I found kind of cool and also surprising is almost every single display tank in the store, with the exception of like a 600-gallon 10-foot tank, all had a price on it. Take me home. Like, you could take home the tank, the stand, the rock, the live animals. The entire setup was for sale, and that went for every display tank in the store, from the 150 to 300-400-gallon tanks, as well as the smaller nano tanks that you often see sort of dispersed throughout your local fish store. So that was a really cool thing. I don't think we're going to get into that. I think it's a lot of work to, you know, set them up, and then it's kind of a shame to move them, and I'm going to get attached to them. And I really want to show people how to set them up from the beginning. I think it's not, is it cheating? Is it cheating to just buy a finished tank? Dylan says no. Mike, is it cheating to buy a finished tank?
Well, you still have to maintain it.
You still got to maintain it, right? Matt, is it cheating?
Smart way to do it.
It's a smart way to do it?
Yeah.
I guess it's already
All the BS.
all the headaches, all the setup. In a way, if you move it, okay, fair. If you move it properly. If you don't,
If you're inexperienced, like, you definitely want to learn, right?
yeah, I think if for okay, that's the answer. If it's for someone that knows what they're doing, sure, buy it. If it's first time, I would say set it up from ground zero. Really learn, go through sort of the headaches, trials, and tribulations of setting up a reef tank, because the first year is just fucking around anyways, as the tank is figuring it out and you're figuring it out. It's a new relationship, you know, you're drawing boundaries, you want to see what you can get away with, what she's going to get away with, and your partner, and that's what it's like, you know. Reef tank is a relationship, and if you guys make it through the first year, then you're smooth sailing, and then if not, then maybe you break up and you try keeping geckos and chameleons. I don't know. This is turning into a rant and a sidetrack, so we're going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give us one of these. I'm not going to say, I always see on these videos, smash the subscribe button. I don't want you to smash it. I want you to click it with your mouse gently. Just hit it and get to the ding. Don't smash anything. Have a nice day, and we'll see you back here on the next episode of Fragbox TV. Bye for now.